In today's top stories, President Trump orders the release of thousands of classified JFK assassination documents, declares Biden's last-minute pardons void, and considers sweeping travel restrictions affecting 41 countries. Meanwhile, tensions rise over Ukraine peace talks. Serbia faces allegations of using sonic weapons on protesters, and a major energy policy shift is underway. Stay tuned for the full breakdown of these major headlines. President Donald Trump has announced that the U.S. intelligence community will release 80,000 pages of classified documents related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. While visiting the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., Trump confirmed the declassification, with Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard overseeing the process. The move follows Trump's January executive order directing the release of federal documents not only related to JFK's assassination, but also those of Robert F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. The records, which total over 6 million pages, could reveal new insights into these historic cases. Trump remarked, "You got a lot of reading. I'm not doing summaries. You'll write your own summary." President Trump has declared that pardons issued by former President Joe Biden in his final hours in office are void because they were signed using an Autopen, a mechanical device that replicates a person's signature. Trump argued that Biden was unaware of the pardons and suggested that those involved may have committed a crime. Among those pardoned were members of the January 6th House Select Committee, General Mark Milley, and Dr. Anthony Fauci. Trump warned that the committee members should expect investigations at the highest level. In response, Senator Adam Schiff, who received a preemptive pardon from Biden, dismissed Trump's statement, saying, "Your threats will not intimidate us." Former Congressman Adam Kinzinger added, "Donald, bring it. I'm so tired of your whiny belly aching. You won, and you're still complaining." No comment yet from Biden. An internal memo reveals that the Trump administration is considering broad travel restrictions affecting citizens from 41 countries. The proposal divides nations into 3 categories: full visa suspensions, partial suspensions targeting specific visa types, and potential restrictions on countries that fail to meet U.S. security requirements within 60 days. A final decision is pending approval from the administration, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio. This follows Trump's executive order on January 20th, which called for stricter vetting of foreign nationals and mandated officials to identify nations with inadequate security screening. President Trump has revoked Secret Service protection for Hunter and Ashley Biden, stating that taxpayer dollars should not cover extended security for the children of a former president. Trump announced the decision on Truth Social, saying, "Hunter Biden has had Secret Service protection for an extended period of time, all paid for by the United States taxpayer. Effective immediately, he will no longer receive it." The announcement came shortly after a reporter questioned Trump about Hunter Biden's security detail. The president admitted he was unaware of it but quickly took action. West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey has launched an investigation into the NCAA after the West Virginia Mountaineers were excluded from the 2025 March Madness bracket. Calling it a miscarriage of justice, Morrisey directed Attorney General J.B. McCuskey to probe possible conflicts of interest, particularly concerning North Carolina Athletics Director Bubba Cunningham, who leads the tournament selection committee. McCuskey pointed out that the Mountaineers had the same number of Quad 1 wins as the 4 bubble teams that made the tournament, raising concerns about transparency in the selection process. President Trump has signed a Congressional Review Act to repeal the natural gas tax imposed by President Biden. Spearheaded by Congressman August Pfluger, the repeal aims to lift regulatory burdens on the energy sector and stabilize energy prices. Senator John Hoeven supported the move, arguing that eliminating the tax restores American energy dominance. The American Exploration and Production Council praised the decision, calling it a victory for both energy producers and consumers. The Trump administration is facing legal challenges after seemingly defying a judge's order on deportation flights. U.S. District Judge James Boasberg ordered planes used for deportations under the Alien Enemies Act to return to the U.S., but government lawyers acknowledged the order was ignored. The administration argued that some deportees were removed under different authorities. ACLU attorney Lee Gallant warned, "We're getting very close to a constitutional crisis." Serbian officials are denying allegations that security forces deployed a military-grade sonic weapon against protesters in Belgrade. The accusation comes after a mass demonstration against government corruption, where some attendees reported hearing a high-pitched noise that triggered panic. Rights groups are calling for an investigation, while Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić dismissed the claims, saying, "Let there be a proceeding, but they should also prosecute those who went public with such a notorious lie." Hospitals have also denied reports of injuries related to the alleged weapon. Fox News guest host Jackie Heinrich pressed White House National Security Advisor Mike Waltz on concerns that President Trump is being manipulated by Russian President Vladimir Putin in ongoing Ukraine peace negotiations. Trump has signaled a desire to end the conflict, raising alarms among U.S. allies. While Trump has expressed optimism about a potential peace deal, a Kremlin-prepared document obtained by the Washington Post suggests that Putin is not serious about resolving the war and is instead attempting to stall while weakening Ukraine. Ukrainian officials remain cautious, emphasizing that any ceasefire must come with concrete steps toward ending the war. A CNN commissioned poll reveals that 57% of Democratic voters believe the party's top priority should be stopping the Republican agenda. The survey also found that only 29% of respondents view the Democratic Party positively, a sharp decline from 47% a decade ago. Among Democratic figures, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was seen as best reflecting the party's core values by 10% of respondents, with Kamala Harris at 9% and Bernie Sanders at 8%. Ocasio-Cortez commented on the poll, saying voters feel a deep sense of outrage and betrayal within the party. That's all for tonight's news update. Thank you for joining us. We'll continue to monitor these stories and bring you the latest developments. Stay safe, stay informed, and have a good night. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.